The wards are open-topped, with skyscrapers rising from the superstructure. Towers are sealed against vacuum, as the breathable atmosphere envelope is only maintained to a height of about 7 meters. The atmosphere is contained by the centrifugal force of rotation and a membrane of dense colorless sulfur, hexafluoride gas, held in place by carefully managed mass effect fields. Can we scroll down? That would be great. The view from the wards is spectacular. In the background, stars, Serpent Nebula, and the nearby blue giant called the Widow move across the sky as the station rotates to stabilize itself. In the foreground, the lights of buildings and vehicles on the opposing ward arms perpetually shine. The Citadel has no real day or night, while the station keeps to standard galactic time for political functions. Businesses rarely close, and residents acclimate to sleep and work according to personal need rather than a day-night cycle. Additions and modifications are constantly being constructed, though they must stay within certain specifications that will not compromise the operation of the station. Occasionally, the keepers will descend on an area of the wards and move or change the architecture without explanation. Residents have learned to live with these inexplicable intrusions. And we have credits, or creds. The standard credit was established by the Citadel's Unified Banking Act as the currency of interstellar trade. The credit has a managed floating exchange rate calculated in real time by the central bank to maintain the average value of all participating currencies. Some regional currencies are worth more than a credit, and some less. Hard currency can be stolen or counterfeited, so electronic fund transfers are the norm. More importantly, physical transactions cannot be easily tracked, making them ideal for tax evasion or the purchase of illegal goods. When the Alliance joined the Citadel, its various national treasures were linked into the credit network. A human with a bank account of Mexican pesos, Japanese yen, or Indian rupees can purchase any item priced in credits at fair market value. All economies that participate in the credit network are required to price items in both local currency and credits. All right, and we don't have anything over here. Okie dokie. Off we go. Ah, this is a familiar area. I remember coming back here quite often, and I think it's because there's stores over here. Specifically this guy, he's a shopkeeper.
Ah, human. This one is greatly pleased to see you here in my decadent emporium.
Personal question.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
I'd like to investigate something first. What about your goods?
What exactly do you sell?
Only the finest and most luxurious items that credits can buy. This one is able to procure almost any item the human would desire, for a price, naturally.
What about your speech?
Why do you refer to yourself as this one and it?
For the same reason that humans are so inquisitive. It is part of our culture. Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the first person with family or intimates. And we rarely do so with other species. It is just our way.
Let me ask a personal question about you.
Who are you?
Yeah, we already know that.
Please take time to examine the fine goods.
Let's check out your goods.
Purchase, all of great worth.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
Alright, let's view some upgrades here. Okay, so we got some armor-piercing rounds. Not bad. We've got some cryo-explosive, which has negative 23 max accuracy. But cryo-upgraded grenades contain a small Bose-Einstein condensation, a mass of supercooled subatomic particles. When detonated, they are capable of snap-freezing nearby targets. Kind of cool. Combat sensor here. Cost is $70. I almost want to purchase this and omni-gel it. But we'll find other stuff in the future. Anyway, we have got a new codex entry on Hanar, I imagine.
The Hanar are a citadel species known for excessive politeness. They speak with scrupulous precision and take offense at improper language. Hanar that expect to deal with other species take special courses to help them unlearn their tendency to take offense at improper speech. All Hanar have two names. The face name is known to the world. The soul name is kept for use among close friends and relations. Hanar never refer to themselves in the first person in conversation with someone they know on a face name basis. To do so is considered egotistical, so instead they refer to themselves as this one, or the impersonal it. Their homeworld, Kajay, has 90% ocean cover and orbits an energetic white star, resulting in a permanent blanket of cloud. Due to the presence of Prothean ruins on the world, many Hanar worship them, and Hanar myths often speak of an elder race that civilized them by teaching them language.
Alright. Let's check out council races up here.
The Asari were the first species to discover the Citadel. When the Solarians arrived, it was the Asari who proposed the establishment of the Citadel Council to maintain peace throughout the galaxy. Since then, the Asari have served as the mediators and centrists of the Council. An all-female race, the Asari reproduce through a form of parthenogenesis. They can attune their nervous system to that of another individual of any gender and of any species to reproduce. This capability has led to the unseemly and inaccurate rumors about Asari promiscuity. Asari can live for over 1,000 years, passing through 3 stages of life. In the maiden stage, they wander restlessly, seeking new knowledge and experience. When the matron stage begins, they meld with interesting partners to produce their offspring. This ends when they reach the matriarch stage, where they assume the roles of leaders and counselors.
Interesting. Alright, that looks like that's it for what we've learned from the floating balloon over here. Let's talk to him again, though.
Commander, it is good to see you again. Would you care to see some of its fantastic items today?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Show me your items.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, this one is pleased
Let's check out
to
some
do
standard stuff. Alright, so there is a really nice shotgun in here, but I won't be buying it considering how many credits it actually is. We could buy some Krogan armor over here, but that wouldn't really help us out, would it? Do have a biotic amp here. We can wear one of these. Gives us a duration bonus, a power bonus, no cooldown bonus. Currently, our stuff gives us cooldown bonuses that I think make them somewhat better, as well as the power bonus there. Just kind of moves it around. We can get a license here for the CETA Foundation. It's only $100. Might as well, just for the hell of it. I think we're good here. Spent $100. It's a good day shopping, I guess. We will probably come back to the Hanar guy over here, Dellen. Found another keeper up here. Let's see where we are. Okay. Unfortunately, we haven't found what makes that important just yet. So, kind of screws things up for us. We'll be back in just a second. Okay, we are back again. Let's get back to our search of everything, shall we? Seems like the music went away. Oh, there it goes. Looks like we have found another Keeper over here and another Avina here. What are you mean about?
Hard to believe the Krogan were once seen as the saviors of the galaxy.
Apparently.
Big place.
Yes, it is. So that's a Krogan statue. Although that looks more like some kind of whale. That face right there. Maybe we can speak to it. Ooh. Nope. Okay. Avina?
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 3. Here in the financial district, a number of businesses offer various goods and services to their exclusive clientele. The statue you see before you was commissioned to honor the Krogan soldiers who gave their lives to protect Citadel space during the Therachni Wars. In the aftermath of the Krogan rebellions, several embassies petitioned to have the statue removed. However, this motion was eventually quashed by the Council.
Alright. What can you tell me about the Krogan rebellions?
Tell me more about the Krogan rebellions.
In recognition of their efforts during the Therachni Wars, the Krogan were granted several new colony worlds by the Council. Over the next 400 years, the Krogan species began to expand. Blessed with an extremely high birth rate, their numbers began to swell. Faced with a critical overpopulation crisis, the Krogan started a violent colonization of nearby worlds inhabited by other Council species. The Krogan rebellions had begun. For a full century, the Council and its member species fought to bring the Krogan under control. With the aid of the newly discovered Turian Empire, they were ultimately successful.
Sounds like a vicious cycle.
You needed the Krogan to stop the Therachni, then you needed the Turians to stop the Krogan. So who's gonna stop the Turians?
I am sorry, but that question is beyond my programming parameters. The Turians are members of the Citadel Council. They are not a threat to galactic peace.
Yet. What about the memorial statue?
Why did the Council fight so hard to keep the statue?
The Krogan were instrumental in saving the galaxy from the Therachni threat. The Council believed this historical fact should not be forgotten. The Council also hoped that preserving the memorial would improve diplomatic relations with the Krogan and bring about a peaceful resolution to the rebellions. Unfortunately, the Krogan refused to negotiate and only surrendered after their population and homeworlds had been ravaged by the Turians.
I'm not going to say serves them right. What about those Therachni Wars?
What were the Therachni Wars?
Nearly 2,200 years ago, explorers seeking to expand Citadel space opened up mass relays leading to systems controlled by the Therachni. A highly intelligent and aggressive insect race, the Therachni unleashed a war of conquest against the rest of the galaxy that lasted for nearly 3 centuries. The emergence of the Krogan finally turned the tide in favor of the Citadel species. Krogan forces provided the numbers necessary to halt the Therachni advance and drive them back. The Krogan then pursued their retreating fleets. Able to survive the harsh environments of the Therachni homeworlds, the Krogan hunted their enemy to extinction.
That's a little extreme.
Was it really necessary to wipe them out?
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
Alright, well, I gotta log off.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
Okay, extinct alien races.
50,000. Though now extinct, the Therachni once threatened every species in Citadel space. Over 2,000 years ago, explorers foolishly opened a mass relay to a previously unknown system and encountered something never seen before or since, a species of spacefaring insects guided by a hive mind intelligence. Unfortunately, the Therachni were not peaceful, and the galaxy was plunged into a series of conflicts known as the Therachni Wars. Attempts to negotiate were futile, as it was impossible to make contact with the hive queens that guided the race from beneath the surface of their toxic home world. The emergence of the Krogan ended the Therachni Wars. Bred to survive the harshest environments, the Krogan were able to strike at the queens in their lairs and reclaim conquered Council worlds. But when Krogan fleets pressed them back to their homeworld, the Therachni refused to surrender and the Krogan eradicated them from the galaxy.
Oh, we've got something under non-console races here for the Krogan rebellions. After the Rachni War, the quick-breeding Krogan expanded at the expense of their neighbors. Warlords leveraged their veteran soldiers to seize living space while the console races were still grateful. Over centuries, the Krogan conquered world after world. There was always just one more needed. When the console finally demanded withdrawal from the Asari colony of Lucia, Krogan overlord Kredek stormed off the Citadel, daring the console to take their worlds back. But the console had taken precautions. The finest STG or 5TG operators and Asari huntresses had been drafted into a covert observation force, the Office of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. The Spectres, I'm beginning to think that this is just a weird way of doing a capital S that they've got going on, because every time that there's been a capital S, it looks like a 5. The Spectres opened the war with crippling strategic strikes. Krogan planets went dark as computer viruses flooded the extranet. Sabotaged antimatter refineries disappeared in blue-white annihilation. Headquarters stations shattered into orbit-clogging debris, rammed by pre-placed suicide freighters. Still, this only delayed the inevitable. The war would have been lost if not for first contact with the Turians, who responded to Krogan threats with a prompt declaration of war. Being on the far side of Krogan space from the console, the Turians advanced rapidly into the lightly defended Krogan rear areas. The Krogan responded by dropping space stations and asteroids on Turian colonies. 3 worlds were rendered completely uninhabitable. This was precisely the wrong approach to take with the Turians. Each is first and foremost a public servant, willing to risk his life to protect his comrades. Rather than increasing public war weariness, Krogan tactics stiffened Turian resolve. The arrival of a Turian task force saved many worlds from the warlords' marauding fleets, but it took development of the genophage bioweapon to end the war. There were decades of unrest afterwards. Rogue warlords and holdout groups of insurgents refused to surrender, or disappeared into the frontier systems to become pirates. Okay, so we got another keeper over here. Kind of up that way, I guess. Is that actually a way that we can walk to? It looked like it was on my map. Oh yeah, there's a little tunnel over here. What's up, dude? So this just goes up once again. And unfortunately looks like it just goes over a place that we would like to investigate.
That's nothing. I've had my office rearranged 5 times now.
5 times? Why? What do they want?
How should I know? It's not like Keepers offer an explanation for what they're doing.
And yet, everyone just lets them go on doing whatever it is they do.
What choice do we have? If you try to stop them, they just shut down and another one replaces it.
Just strange that we know so little about them.
Not to mention frustrating.
You guys want to say anything else? Whoa, that was a weird loading suddenly.